We've all seen the covers to the classic Star Wars comic books, but what about the covers to the Star Wars comic books from other countries? There are some wacky ones, so let's take a look. Welcome back to the Junkroom, everybody. It's me, the Junkman, coming back at you with another video. Today we're going to take a look at some foreign issues of Star Wars comic books. Now, if you know me, you know I really love the Marvel Star Wars comics, the old ones. Today's comics they just don't have enough fun in them like they did back in the 80s. And you know, I talked about today in my noon video how I became an action figure collector and how back in the 90s I went back and bought up all the old Star Wars Marvel comics. I got them all, every issue, even the 3 annuals. I even have the Marvel Age with Luke Skywalker on it, issue number 10. Yes, it's right up there if you can see it. Now what I thought, they just took the same Marvel comics, slapped some new language on it, and threw it up in these other countries for sale. But no, some of them did totally different artwork, and we're also going to look at some unlicensed cover comic books that just really went out there, really far out there. So, although I've wasted a little bit of your time already, I don't want to waste it anymore. So let's take a look at this issue from Brazil. As you can see, it's like one of the Star Wars comics. It's used, but Leia's usually in white, not in red. If I saw this and then I saw that movie with Gene Wilder, The Woman in Red, I would have thought that's what this was about. I would have thought it was a sequel to Star Wars. I'm glad I didn't see this first. But there's the Brazil cover. As you can see, it says Nas Gregoric Star. I don't know what it says. Whatever it does, it trans into Star Wars. So let's look at Brazil, but don't worry, we're not going to stay in Brazil. In fact, we're going to head up north to Dave Foley country and look at a cover from Canada. Now, you really think Canada would be that different, did you? Well, it's not really. I mean, it's got the famous issue 1 cover, but they have this side panel with some other comics on it. I even see Power Man, Iron Fist. And it looks like it has some French language on it, and I'm not going to read it to you because I can barely speak English, so I know I'm not going to be able to tell you any French words. One of the only French words I know is damn. Ooh, pardon my French. Let's move on. Most we, Capitan, we're going to head over to France. This is a pretty awesome cover right here. Darth Vader, look how menacing he looks. But Luke Skywalker's not very good at aiming that laser pistol. I mean, how do you miss Darth Vader that close? Maybe Darth Vader used the Force or something. And look at those X-Wing fighters. Is it just me or do they have 3 wings on them? And look at Leia. Okay, before we leave France, let's look at Return of the Jedi. And here it is. You got Chewbacca, you got 3PO, you got you got a weird looking Luke Skywalker. Hey, you know what that looks more like? It looks like the Hasbro Kenner Luke Skywalker from 1995. Maybe that's what Hasbro was going for all this time. Now let's leave a country that had nothing to do with World War II and head over to a country that started it all, Germany. As you can see, it's a cover of one of the classic Marvel comics. Not really different, except again for the text. But it looks really cool to see it with that different language on it. And please, you don't have to correct anything I say about World War II in the comment section. Come on, people, don't take these videos so seriously. Now we're going to leave Germany and go to a place I couldn't find on a map if you gave me 3 days. Indonesia. I think it's 175 miles south of Australia, but I could be wrong. It is a very weird cover for real. It says Serial Star Wars. BINTANG MAUT. I don't know what a BINTANG MAUT is, but I sure do like to say it. BINTANG MAUT. I have to remember that. It sounds like a good character for the show. And it looks like Darth Vader's eating the Death Star. And that's a very plain looking Falcon. Somebody didn't spend much time on it for sure. And I like that they still use the little corner Luke Skywalker like the Marvel did. Okay, let's get out of this country that I could never find on a map and go to another country that I doubt I could find on a map, Israel. And look at this. They have Hunter on the cover. Remember Hunter? Oh, I love him. I wish they'd make a Black Series figure of this guy. But this does look like the US Marvel cover. Of course, it's got different writing on it. What does it say? I'm not even going to try to read this one. I mean, I see backwards N's and upside down A's and 7s. No way I'm reading this one. Now we're going to go see the Spaniards in Spain and look at a few different covers that they did. Here's Darth Vader standing tall while the rebels in that Hoth gear get ready for battle. This is a pretty cool looking cover. But what about some really strange covers from Spain? Get ready. Here goes. Don't ask me why it's a skull with Star Wars characters in the head. I really don't know. I'm guessing that's Luke in the middle. Is that supposed to be Han Solo on the end? It looks more like Luke. It has blonde hair. But then again, Leia has blonde hair also. There's 3PO with his red eyes and an evil looking Chewbacca. This is just a very strange, and if I had a good, clear photo of this, you know I put on a shirt at junkmanmerch.com. Go over there and get a shirt today. And here's another one from Spain, and it has Chewbacca standing in front of this weird looking ship, and Han Solo with a lightsaber? What? Yes, and it has 180 pages in color, it says. That's something even the Marvel comics couldn't brag about. And look at this one right here. Luke Skywalker is jumping up real high to punch Darth Vader in the face. And with his other hand, he's trying to take the lightsaber, but it looks like he's trying to grab the blade. Hey, Luke, that's stupid. And as I said, I love the Hunter in the Star Wars comics, and this is a badass cover right here. Although that's a very ugly Luke Skywalker. Now let's go to China. And you're not going to believe this, but in China, they sold unlicensed Star Wars comics. I know, can you believe it? Something unlicensed released in China? I was shocked to find that out also. Let's take a look. I don't even understand. Now this is a Star Wars comic, and I guess that's Darth Vader looking at this blonde-haired lady as she peeks over a bra. I don't really understand it either. Let's look at another one. This one's a pretty dang badass cover. I guess it's from The Empire Strikes Back, and it's Luke fighting Darth Vader. I do like this one, and the TIE Fighter has the right number of wings, so that's cool. And here's one more. I don't know why they always put these ladies on here. I don't know who this lady is. And there's Boba Fett. I guess that's Boba Fett. And Luke Skywalker again jumping up, trying to kill somebody with his lightsaber. And let's take a look at inside. Look at some of these graphics. It's kind of neat seeing the inside of these comic books, especially these unlicensed comics. Very strange. Now we're going to look at two more before we leave that's a little different. But I just want to say, if you like this video, thumb up, let me know, because I could do so many more of these. I just skimmed the surface of these, so it'd be a lot of fun to look at some more. Now let's look at the last two. And this one's not really a foreign cover, but it's Star Wars related, and I thought it'd be fun to talk about. It's Howard the Duck with a Star Wars spin. Issue number 23 of Howard the Duck looks a lot like the Star Wars poster. You got Howard dressed like Luke Skywalker, and then you got kind of a swamp thing looking guy in the back, and maybe a fake He-Man. You have someone that looks like Darth Vader in a gas mask, a fake 3PO, a wizard Obi-Wan, and of course a sexy Princess Leia. She got one of them bra things that do like this. Anyway, let's look at one more, and this one does come from another country. This one comes from Germany. I just love over there that the word "the" is "die." So when you make a comic book called the Ewoks, you have to put on the cover "Die Ewoks." Here it is. Die Ewoks. I think we've all said that a time or two. I just wanted to put this up there because it's funny to see the words Die Ewok. Well, let's look at foreign issues of Star Wars comics. Again, I just touched the surface on this, so please in the comments let me know if you want to see more. Thumb up so I know you want to see more. And if the video warrants it, we'll take another look at some foreign Star Wars comic books. There were some wacky ones, right? I didn't lie to you. Well, as always, thumb up so you like my content. Subscribe to the channel. We'll talk again soon.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.